A very good afternoon and welcome to Ubc Lunchtime News. I am Brian Tumuine. Byaruhanga. A coalition of environmental organizations and community representatives from Alberta and Graben has petitioned Uganda and the Democratic Republic of Congo, calling for broader consultations, independent impact reviews, and stronger safeguards before any transboundary oil projects move forward. Let's take a look.
Organizations and community groups have petitioned the governments of Uganda and the Democratic Republic of Congo, asking for a broader consultation and independent reviews before expanding oil activities in the Alberta and Graben. The petition was submitted by the Environmental Governance Institute and the Federation of Communities and Associations of Fishers on Lake Albert.
However, up to now, we know that the public has not yet been provided with the details on what the actual point of discussion or when these developments are going to take place. And partly is the reason why we are issuing a letter to the two presidents, specifically that we need clear information of the developments which are ongoing, to ensure that the public is informed of what is ongoing and their consent is got earlier on.
Samuel Okulanyi, Executive Officer of Environmental Governance Institute, said resource decisions in the region should be guided by data and community participation.
Also, the tourism activity and the local economies mainly depend on it, and it also being one of Africa's largest and ecologically rich regions. And having oil activities taking place in this region is of greater concern, especially that it's within the shared ecosystems within the Uganda and the DRC.
Balach Bakundane, representing ECOP affected communities from Chikube district, added that residents need clear information on how projects will affect land and livelihoods.
And I think this requires urges for us communities from Ugandan side to be able to work with the communities from DRC Congo and also to demand accountability and even tell our leaders, even our presidents, that based on the realities, what we have seen happening within these communities, it is something that we wouldn't want to see escalating, happening in DRC Congo or even in other countries.
Amuviko Martha, an environmental human rights defender, emphasized the importance of free, prior and informed consent in project planning.
The communities have a right to know what is being decided about their lives and futures, said Zaki Mamudo, coordinator of the Stop ECOP Coalition.
The groups are requesting for actions, inclusive discussions on resource management, a pause on transboundary oil expansion until safeguards are in place, publication of independent assessments for Tilenga, Kingfisher and ECOP, and guaranteed community consultation.
Now let's head to Chikube. The newly elected Chikube District LC5 chairperson, Padde Chisembo, has officially assumed office with a pledge to tackle land grabbing, improve service delivery and unite leaders for the district's development. The Minister for Women Affairs has challenged the new leadership to fight corruption, while the judiciary has called for cooperation to promote peace and justice. Let's take a look.
Swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Republic of Uganda, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution. So help me.
Congratulations. Omukolo guno gwe kitiinisa muno obwo kitulugire Hamisa tugonza kubaza okuyikaliza omunyolo ogwo Padde buli Patrick Chisembo omuntebe ye enkooto muno eyakataano
there are pending programs like extension of water. There is a project called the Nyamulima Water Project that for quite long has not performed. We want to look at it and find out what is happening.
A lot that we can do for our community, like roads. We need to work on the roads such that our people, our farmers, our community members can access, can have better access to roads. They take their product, their agricultural products to the good markets.
In Changwali, we have very few health centers, and which are in a distance. If we can tell that, as people of Changwali, and have more hospitals, more health centers, I think women shall not die again at home. Instead, they will deliver from hospitals.
I am here to get the mantle, to be an exemplary leader, to bring together all our people. We have the Banyoro, we have the Batoro, we have the Bakonjo, we have the Bachiga, the Bafumbira, Banyarwanda, mention it. The whole community is here, Alurus, Lugaras. We really need to be united in diversity. We look at the issues that bring development. That should be the uniting factor. How can we utilize the synergies from the different ethnicities such that we are able to uplift our district?
I want to urge the people of Chukwu to stop politicking henceforth, because it is time for work. I know people who are always blackmailing others. They use different fora to spread propaganda and malice. Can we embark on service delivery and help our people whom we have elected into office to do their work?
Back from that side, Chukwu. The State Minister in charge of disability, Joyce Achan, has challenged persons living with disabilities to indulge in poverty alleviation programs by the government. She was speaking in Arua City during a capacity building training for the new leaders of the Disability Council for the governments in West Nile. Let's take a look.
The government has put in place programs to alleviate poverty and ensure affirmative action for special interest groups. And these include, but not limited to, the National Special Grant for Persons with Disabilities. Under this program, government provides grants to organize groups of persons with disabilities to start income-generating activities. All persons with disabilities are encouraged to join these groups and benefit from the grants. We want to close the gap of technical people. You are here today. It is good you have come here. In this regime of mine, if you used to eat this money, close your mouth now. Because it's going to be a very tough time with me. I love the way you work. I thank you for helping our people, for working so hard to bring them at this level. But things have been going wrong. Yes.
For a person with a disability to effectively serve or be served, there must be access. Either a physical access, removing steps and then create a ramp, getting crutches, then how do you call them, white cane. Then to persons with the albinism, there must be sunscreen if that person is to serve or to be served. Then there is also access to information in a reasonable format. To a blind person, we need the brailles.
Yes, government has done great, but I cannot deny the fact that we also need special schools, because the deaf, instead of having learners in all schools and then have sign language interpreters in all the schools, where will the government get money for paying such teachers? Unless if the teacher gets that basic sign language knowledge in the core PTTCs, which have so far been banned, I don't know.
From Arua now, let's come back to Kampala. The government of Uganda has launched the Uganda Anticipatory Action Roadmap 2025-2031, a new national framework aimed at strengthening disaster preparedness by promoting early action before emergencies strike. While officiating at the launch in Entebbe, the Minister of State for Relief, Disaster Preparedness and Refugees said Uganda continues to face recurrent floods, drought, disease outbreaks and other disasters that threaten lives, livelihoods and other sustainable development. Let's take a look.
Strengthening preparedness and action has become more urgent than ever. The action roadmap referred Uganda's commitment to the shifting from a reactive disaster preparedness to a proactive preparedness by promoting early action to protect lives and livelihood, safeguard the country's development gains, reduce humanitarian response costs, and strengthen national resilience in line with our national, regional, and global commitments. I would like to encourage our development partners and donors to continue supporting government-led priority by investing in sustainable long-term systems that strengthen national capacity and resilience rather than short-term on temporary interventions. Ladies and gentlemen, the successful implementation of this roadmap required a commitment of all stakeholders, government ministries, departmental agencies, district local government, multi-integrated anticipatory action into their planning and strengthening preparedness at the community level.
Today's launch is more than an introduction of two important national initiatives. It reflects a strategic shift from responding to disasters after they occur to anticipating risks and acting before they escalate. This is the direction our region must continue to pursue if we are to protect lives, livelihoods, but also developmental gains. And across the greater Horn of Africa, floods, droughts, landslides, disease outbreaks, and other climate-related hazards are becoming more frequent and severe. And the challenge before us is therefore not to simply managing disasters, it's about managing risks. And managing risks requires reliable information, effective institutions, and most importantly, the ability to translate early warning into early action.
Ladies and gentlemen, Uganda is increasingly exposed to multiple hazards. These shocks continue to threaten lives, livelihoods, food security, and hard-won development gains. The roadmap rightly recognized that reactive responses alone are no longer sufficient in a world where climate variability and extreme weather events are becoming more frequent and more severe.
The new Rotaract district leadership has officially commenced its 2026-2027 term with a renewed commitment to creating lasting impact in communities and among young people. Speaking at the launch of the new Rotary year, the district Rotaract representative Alex Muwanguzi said the new team is focused on transforming lives through service delivery, leadership and professional development. Let's take a look.
We start our Rotary year. That is set to create lasting impact. Today we are here as Rotaract to do a launch of the year, but also to have a movie. Now this movie is just to bring Rotaractors together, but also to refresh our minds as we prepare to start the Rotaract year. But also the other important thing is that today we shall be doing an official chain handover from the team that has been serving for 2025-2026 now to us who are serving 2026-2027. In the next Rotary year, we are expecting a lot. But the most important one is, as a team, we are purposing to create lasting impact. Lasting impact in our own lives as young people, lasting impact in the communities, and lasting impact in the world over. Therefore, we are expecting a lot of change amongst the lives of young people, change in our communities, and even change in whether people, change with whoever that we serve with and work with. Our next Rotary year, as Rotaract District 9213, we have launched a special hashtag, and that's the Rotract legacy. Now, we want to showcase Rotract. We want to move away from explaining what Rotract is to showcasing what it is actually about. And the community will be seeing that through the service projects, through the trainings, through the life that will get exhibited in Rotract and all over. Therefore, I just send a call out there to all young people, first of all, who are not part of Rotract, to use this opportunity to please come and join, because as young people, as Rotractors, we have a lot of professional growth, leadership growth, and any young person down there who's below the age of 30, you cannot afford missing being part of this. But also most important, the Rotractors out there, this is the time to showcase the impact in the communities. This is a time that we want to understand what Rotract is all about in the lives of young people. I therefore invite you to strengthen your clubs. I therefore invite you to serve with purpose, and most importantly, to be intentional in whatever you're doing so that we can create lasting impact together and indeed showcase the Rotract legacy to the world.
Focus on engagement and to make sure that the youth are elevated. That is what we're going to do this year. We have a number of programs lined up that will ensure that the youth are mentored correctly, that they are guided in their professions, in their pursuits, because many of them are young and they're still seeking careers. They need that mentorship from seasoned professionals. We're going to ensure that happens. We're going to ensure that youth are recognized in the district because they're the future of Rotary. We cannot live without them. When we elevate the youth, we protect the future of Rotary. And that's what we shall be doing this year, and that's our key message.
Uganda has taken another significant step in expanding its regional export market, with local meat processor Rancher's Finest dispatching its first consignment of sausage products to Ethiopia. The company will initially supply 20 tons of sausages every month to a hotel in Ethiopia, a move expected to boost Uganda's value-added exports and strengthen trade within Africa. The consignment, was flagged off by the senior presidential advisor on agribusiness, Hilary Musoke Kisanja. Let's take a look.
The industry has reached another milestone as Rancher's Finest officially flagged off its inaugural export consignment of sausage products to Ethiopia. The shipment marks the company's entry into the Ethiopian market under an agreement to supply 20 tons of premium sausages every month to a hotel, reflecting the growing demand for Ugandan value-added products across the region.
Be 20 tons plus per month. To sustain that market, it means we need to work with outgrowers, and that is why we are working closely with Dr. Musoke, because we are building a value chain of outgrowers to ensure sustainability of the raw materials. So by doing that, we are creating more jobs along the value chain.
Presiding over the flag-off ceremony, Hilary Musoke Kisanja, the senior presidential advisor on agribusiness, commended the Rancher's Finest for adding value to Uganda's livestock sector and contributing to the country's export agenda.
Rancher's Finest coming up to see that now we are going to process all the meat from the farm to the fork. This is a very, very big milestone for Uganda and Ugandans, because we are going to retain a lot of... I've seen Tindi meat here. They have already started Tindi beef. He has told you that people come here and actually also import carcass of meat into the country, process, and also buy the products. This is a disadvantage to our farmers down there, for the pigs, for the cows, for the goats, for the sheep, for the rabbits. This production factory here can process everything called meat into different products.
Kisanja commended the company for promoting value addition, encouraging local livestock production, creating employment, and supporting government's efforts to increase export earnings and regional trade.
We are promoting PDM, who is going to offtake these products. We are going to witness a flooding of the market if we don't be intentional and deliberate as government to support such people who are signing offtake agreements with our farmers. The beauty of it is that even the kilo, when I was looking, they were touring me around, they even increase on the price. Remember, whenever you add value onto something, you are increasing the price between 5, 10 to 20%, depending on which product. Therefore, this deal or contract between Diamond Group of Hotels in Ethiopia is a very big achievement for Uganda.
The Chief Executive Director of Ranchers Finest, Colin Muyanja, described the export as a major breakthrough for the company, saying it demonstrates confidence in the quality and safety of Ugandan processed meat products.
Sausages, bacon, the pork products, ham, pork ribs, pork chops, etc., etc. So all this is more market for the country, but most importantly, better value for the farmer. Because the biggest challenge that our farmers have been having is offtake, guaranteed offtake.
The export is expected to strengthen trade ties between Uganda and Ethiopia, while showcasing the country's growing capacity to produce high-quality, value-added agricultural products for regional markets. I'm Ivan Juko for UBC.
Thank you so much, Ivan Juko, there for us. Low-income earners are set to benefit from enhanced financial and social support through a new initiative offering affordable health insurance, daily data bundles, screen protection, discounted phone upgrades, and access to digital financial services. The program is aimed at protecting everyday earners from financial shocks, improving access to health care, and enabling more Ugandans to stay connected while growing their businesses and income. The initiative has been launched by M-Kopa under its More Than a Phone program, as the company marks the milestone of unlocking over 1 trillion shillings in credit for more than 1 million customers across Uganda. Let's take a look.
And various organizations that have the same mandate to bring the phone to the final customer. 86% of our customers have told us that they have used their mobile phone for economic activities, to do businesses, to get access to markets, to sell their products using our phones. Again, 86% of our customers report an improvement in quality of life as a result of using the M-Kopa phone. 3 out of 4 of our customers have also reported that they're earning more from the time that they bought the M-Kopa phone. Again, for us, this is extremely exciting for us because it means that digital inclusion actually does lead to economic inclusion. The new More Than a Phone platform now has daily data, screen cover, broken screen cover, hospital cash cover, access to cash loans, credit discounts, and an opportunity to social. So this is also exciting for us because we are not only contributing to digital and financial inclusion, we are contributing to the economy of our nation.
We've been covering hospital cash benefits, which would allow customers to access inpatient cover to days at hospital. And so what we're doing as part of the enhancement, 1 year down the road, that says there is no demand for this insurance because of the positive impact it's bringing to their lives, we shall also be able to provide an outpatient benefit. So this will typically enable them to access both inpatient and outpatient services whenever they visit the hospital.
And that's it for today. Till the next episode.
a daily bando, like a daily bando. Omuliro nguwulira muli mumutima kukankana like drums. Kalakata, kalakata, enendungu ya kusabula. Mikono tu, free of fire, free of fire, free of fire.
Makerere Institute for Social Development, a certified institution for higher learning, invites applicants for certificates and diploma courses like accounting and finance, procurement, journalism, tailoring and fashion design, with many other skills-tailored courses.
Our institution is compliant. First of all, it is recognized by National Council for Higher Education. We are certified. The registration number is UBB 187.
Tested and tried since 1995, Makerere Institute for Social Development is your solution when it comes to quality education.
You may apply for January, May, August intakes. Find us along Sir Apollo Kagwa Road, opposite Makerere University Sports Ground. Our tuition is affordable with a state-of-art facilities. Early birds stand a chance to grab themselves bursaries. MISD or Makerere Institute for Social Development, facilitating your career.
Hello.
Yes, mwami mukasa.
Mutyaneyo.
Yono broker.
Yenze broker wa mayumba.
Bangambye ne nyumba za mwenungiko.
Kituufu. Oyagala bisenge bimeka?
Nga bisatu.
Ebbeeyi bagigambye?
Bangambye saa 5.
Nedda ssebo zaali nyabuuko.
Lwaki?
Anti langi gye tusiigisa ya mulembe. Kati ne valiyo y'ekitundu yalinnya.
Musiigisa ki?
Global Paints.
Mutya.
Ku ceiling tukozesa Global Mat. Ate munda ne tukozesa Global Silk Vinyl.
Singa kwetaga wabweru.
Wabweru tukozesa Global Weather Coat Emulsion.
Owa. Kusiiga gye musiiga. Ogwo omutindo ogusasulira sente zonna.
Guli wumite.
Global Paint, a reliable product. Are you an elite runner, fitness enthusiast, or adventure seeker? Get ready for a run in paradise at the Fort Portal City Marathon on July 18th, 2026. Experience the beauty, culture, and energy of Uganda's tourism city for only 60,000 Ugandan shillings. Register now at www.fortcitymarathon.com or dial *272*7#. Mwije tugende toro for a run in paradise in partnership with the Tourism Ministry, Capital Radio, Rock Telecom, Castle Light, Jeans Club, Kahive, and Toro Kingdom.
I'm called Awidi Isabella. I'm studying from Villa Maria School of Nursing. I've won a school fees with the MTN Momo. This school fees you win for a full year, which I'm very happy for it. I thank MTN Momo for helping me in paying my school fees.
We've paid all the fees for the year.
Thank you very much, because on Wednesday, the principal told me, look for my man and bring my man. I told her, no, I don't have man, and you have to wait until I get the money. But when I left our office, at 3, they called me that you have won the money from Momo. I said, how does it happen?
As long as you pay school fees using Momo, you stand a chance to win school fees for a year. Dial *165*80# to win school fees for a year and more.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. Now let's talk sports. Uganda Table Tennis Association WUTA has made 2 key announcements that augur well for the sports development. Our reporter John Barnes Sentamo brings us to speed.
The Uganda Table Tennis Association UTTA has announced the successful certification of 4 coaches under the International Table Tennis Federation, or ITTF, Level 2 coaching program. The coaches had completed the course, which was held in Uganda from the 4th to 9th July 2022. Following the election of the new UTTA Executive Board, the association worked with the ITTF to finalize all outstanding certification requirements and tasked veteran coach and Olympian Paul Mutambuze to supervise the candidates in line with international standards. And now, the International Table Tennis Federation has confirmed that Jonathan Senyonga, Regina Nakibule, Jude Mutete and Daniel Mutabazi have successfully met all requirements and have been awarded the prestigious Level 2 coaching certificate. Uganda Table Tennis Association says the achievement will strengthen coaching standards and support the continued growth of table tennis across the country.
Something we are doing to ensure that the coaching standards of our coaches here in Uganda is at the highest level possible. That is the only way we shall be able to continuously bring out players at the very top of the sport.
Meanwhile, the association has announced the Seroma Open Championship in September and the Uganda Open Championship in December, with both events serving as official national ranking tournaments.
I also want to take this opportunity to thank the director, Seroma Christian High School, for giving us the venue and giving us free accommodation. That is something that is going to lift the standard of that championship. At the same time, we would like to announce that we shall also be having the second edition of the Uganda Open Championship. This time round, it will be taking place at Maya Nature Resort. We as UTTA continuously want to ensure that the standards of the game are up there with the very best. At the same time, we are trying to ensure that the local tournaments are also available. We are already doing so well on the international level. Our youth team will be traveling to Ghana. The first team traveling for the Hops is traveling on the 12th of July. And then the second team will be traveling on the 19th of July up to 30th of July to take part in the Africa Youth Championship.
The tournaments will feature multiple age categories, including the Open, Under 19, Under 13 and Veterans, with a singles and team competition module.
Thank you so much, John Barnes, for that. Now that story brings us to the very end of UBC Lunchtime News. I am Brian Tumwine, Byaruhanga. But don't forget, at 7 p.m. the President will be having a presidential address on matters of national importance. Have a lovely afternoon and God bless Uganda.